Welcome back. Well, before we get to our market case, just a clarification on the PNB deposit cut. It was, of course, for the bulk deposits from 1 crores to 10 crores, not for retail term deposits up to 1 crores. That I think still remains at 9%, but for bulk deposit the rate has been cut. But time to welcome our market guest now, Nishchal Maheshwari, Head of Research at Edelweiss now joins in. Nishchal, hi, good morning. You know, it's been very volatile the last 3 days. One day it looked like the market is set to enter corrective phase. Yesterday it looked like the correction is over, and today we have again the market down about a percent or so. What's your call? Do you think we are in for say 4 or 5% correction from here on, or would this be a good time to buy?
Anuj, I think this is going to be a volatile ride actually, because now you are no more depending upon the domestic fundamentals which are becoming better. But the global fundamentals, definitely there is a cause for concern. So oil prices at one end, basically it's positive for India, but it is also indicating that there is no demand, or there is a low demand in the world. IMF has recently cut the FY14 guidance for the world from 3.7% to 3.3%, and even for FY15 they have gone ahead and cut it. So I think this is actually causing a lot of worry. On top of it, you have got in the last 2 days Fed minutes coming out, and there was a bit of confusion. Basically, there is a particular phrase known as considerable time out there, and what that considerable time meant. So day before yesterday, when it was reiterated, it was considerable time, the market went up, and yesterday the vice chairman of Fed actually went out and said that considerable time can be anywhere between 2 months to 1 year. I think the market again got jittery about it, and I think this is going to be a volatile ride actually. But having said that, I think every fall for the domestic market seems to be an interesting opportunity to accumulate stocks, but definitely stocks where there is earnings visibility very strong.
Okay, Nishchal, hi, good to see you in today. So in that sense, when you are talking about earnings season and maybe the markets for this earnings season, do you think that a negative or a positive reaction will only be limited to the stock as opposed to changing the sentiment of the market? Sometimes we generally have seen that in the past earnings season, but case in point would be say something like an Infosys, where we have seen a positive reaction, but it really hasn't turned the sentiment of the market. Would that hold for the entire earnings season according to you?
I believe so, basically, because this time the earnings season per se is going to be a bit subdued. So if you look at on a YOY basis, according to us, it's going to be subdued top line, and we are going to see some moderation in the EBITDA margins. And the causes remain to be that you are now 1 year into the depreciation of the currency, so the base effect is coming into the currency side basically. And the commodity prices for the last quarter remained higher, so you had seen some impact happening on the margins. So that's why, since the broader number is not looking very strong, so I don't see that broader market will react negative or positive, but it is going to be very, very stock specific.
So let's talk some individual stocks then, Nishchal. What about Infosys at current levels after the earnings and the management commentary? What's your call on this one?
We have been very positive on Infosys for a very long time actually, and our thesis has always been that Infosys was on the right path. And again, I think Vishal has been very, very translucently has put out his vision, saying that he is going to be adopting newer technologies to achieve or do the same work what they've been doing. I think this has already been done by companies like TCS and HCLTech, when they had actually gone out and looked at tools, especially for the IMS in case of HCLTech, and when TCS 4 or 5 years back set up a center in California about the SMAC technologies. So I think this is what Vishal is now actually looking to do, and we have to just see how this journey is going to be, and continue to remain positive on Infosys.
Nishchal, you spoke about how global growth is slowing down. Would you be less positive on, say, export-related companies in India? And I'm not talking about only IT, I'm talking about more textile-related stocks, say the Arvinds of the world. Would you be a little less positive in terms of maybe incremental upside from these stocks going into the remaining part of the fiscal?
I think it would be worrying basically because the manufactured export, which is actually now driving the growth actually. If you look at it on an overall basis, exports is almost giving you 50% of the incremental growth which we are achieving in the country. And out of that, around 40% of it is manufactured export. So if the global growth slows down, definitely there's going to be impact on the manufactured exports also, and it's not going to be textiles alone, but auto ancillaries, engineering goods. I think everywhere the impact should start coming in if the global growth starts slowing down. But a large portion of this, our exports have been agri exports also, and there, because of the fall in the prices, international prices, I think that's also going to impact the agriculture exports.
Nischal, a couple of these large cap names, L&T and ICICI, which have been the market leaders but have seen a bit of volatile trade of late. How would you be positioned on these two names?
Anuj, I think these are bellwether stocks basically. So if you are betting on India, basically, I think these two stocks have to be in your portfolio. ICICI definitely, I think one of the better stocks in the banking space. Valuations are in your favor basically. We have been long been a strong proponent of ICICI, so it should be there in finding a space in your portfolio. Larsen on every correction should be bought in basically because the profile of the company is changing. So we are very, very positive as far as defense outlook is concerned in the country, and we believe in the next 3 to 4 years quite considerable things are going to be done by the private sector for defense, and Larsen is there at the forefront. So I think on that basis, every fall in Larsen should be looked at as a buying opportunity.
Okay, fair enough, Nischal. We leave it at that. Thanks as always for joining in and taking us through all your fundamental views. And remember that you can catch that on our website as well. We'll take a break, but we'll shift focus to the August IIP, which is due to come out this evening.